Hi VC and all music lovers. I'm back again with another vinyl Wodge. Yes. Now you all know me as a chap who likes to dig deep into record crates, and I usually come up with cheap records. Maybe sometimes of questionable quality, as James often points out, with some of my purchases. But these, they're still on the cheap side, but they're things that not that I've necessarily always really wanted, but I spent a little bit more on these because I thought it was worth it. And one of them is actually a brand new record, so there we go. Not that I actually paid for it, but I'll tell you the story in a minute. Right, first up. Now this is Grail. I don't know whether I call them Grails or not. I know they're records I really, really want, which I guess makes it Grail, and I've wanted it for a long time. So I guess that makes it kind of a Grail. It's a compilation. Here we go. Now this is Beautiful Happiness, and it was released by Shigaku Limited, who are a late 80s label, and Sounds, the British music paper that was around sort of in the 70s, 80s, and I think folded in the early 90s, around 91 or something, I think. Something around there. Maybe a little bit before that, I'm not sure, I can't remember exactly. But around 88, they advertised this for sale. Now this was a mail order record. Now I never got around to getting this at the time, and I've always really wanted it. I've wanted this for, what's that, nearly 30 years. Yeah. I mean, I was intrigued because of the cover art. The cover's drawn by Brian Bolland, who I guess now is most famous for covers of Animal Man, but then he was the guy who drew Judge Dredd a lot. He drew a lot of the early stuff, including the first Judge Death stories. And he's my favourite my absolute favourite comic artist. I love Bolland. So when I saw this for sale, I thought, right, I'm going to get this together and buy this. But I never did. I never had the money lying around, because he had to send off for it, which is a bit rubbish. I was a bit rubbish then. It's a compilation of sort of late 80s, not punk, but kind of, well, I suppose it was punk, but it's that kind of late 80s punk, which is a lot more, I don't know, it's got kind of a real rough edge to it. It's not like the pop punk of the 90s. I mean, the bands on here, you've got things like Halo of Flies. Some of these bands would end up on Amphetamine Reptile records, which sort of gives you an idea of the kind of general sound of it. You've got Naked Ray Gun, Elvis Hitler, Drunk with Guns, Live Skulls on here, Art Fag, DJ Levovitz with a really great version of Holiday in Cambodia. That takes some listening. But I am so glad I finally got this. The record is in pretty good nick. The cover now is in decent enough nick. Came with the insert and one of the bands. Information about the bands that are on their disc. With the discography. Got some information about the record itself. When I got this, now it was cheap. It was pretty cheap. I think the actual record itself only cost £1.50, and usually this costs like, I don't know, 15 quid or something. So I've always been looking out for a decently priced copy, and I like this one because he said, oh yeah, seller said, really good condition disc, and it's good nick. I've played it, it's great nick. Love this. But he said the cover was in good nick. Well, it wasn't. Well, it is now, because I've cleaned it, but it was covered with a layer of green sort of watercolour paint. Somebody has splashed green paint all over it. I don't know. I think you can still see there's a few remnants of it, but I'm happy enough with it. I mean, if I ever see a decent enough cover on a rubbishy record, then I'll get that and replace it, but it's in good enough nick for me. Absolutely love that. So chuffed I finally got it. Absolutely chuffed. Right, next a bit of a story. This is the one with the story. This is a new record. Right, so this is Hacci, and this is Out in the Storm. I loved this the first time I heard it. I've been playing it on Spotify and stuff since it came out. And it is kind of, I think she's actually Canadian. No, she's not. She's American. Oh, I can't remember if she's Canadian or the States. Oh dear, that's terrible. Kind of, sort of that poppy indie sort of guitar indie pop sort of thing, a North American style of it. Absolutely lovely. I mean, it's not just all that. There's a lot of slower songs, more introspective stuff. Main person is Katie Crutchfield. Absolutely love it. It was in shrink, of course. Kept the hype sticker. It's got the lyric insert. There's a picture of her. And yeah, the labels are pretty boring actually. There we go. I'll just slot that back in. So the story behind this one is that, oh, what? James will be laughing at this now. Absolutely laughing. There we go. Put that in there. There we go, we're in. Right, so the story behind this one, and I'm so pleased I got it, absolutely love this record, is this is ridiculous, I won Supply Teacher of the Year with my agency. There's my trophy. Look at that. And, yeah, I'm a supply teacher at the moment, so, yeah, so I won the Supply Teacher of the Year. And with that, I got £25 gift card. Oh, so I think I could only spend it, no, I'm sure I could only spend it on the high street, so I toddled off to HMV. And I was looking around through the racks, and they got, pant selection as per usual. But I saw this, and I thought, right, I've really wanted this, I love this, so I've got this. And I also got that Curtis Mayfield CD, Roots, that I showed in one of the, I think maybe the last CD video I did. But thank you very much. Marvellous stuff. Absolutely marvellous stuff. Right, more relatively new records. Some absolutely gorgeous ones. Right, I saw a chap on eBay was selling, like, well, he had them starting off at £5 each, and these were basically brand new records. And they haven't really been played, and I thought, yeah, let's go for it. So I put bids on, and they all came up for £5. So, first one, it's Dum Dum Girls, and this is I Will Be. Now, this is their first album, not their first release, but the first album, released in 2010 on Sub Pop. I loved the Dum Dum Girls. I mean, they're split now because the lead singer has assumed a new persona and become this kind of, I don't know, electro R&B dominatrix type thing, and I'm not into that. But anyway, this is just great female-led, well, all-female band as far as I remember. Indie, I mean, it's great. I don't think that, no, there's no insert in it, and it's just a plain red. But yeah, it's one of the most gorgeous coloured vinyls I think I've seen. You're not going to get, when you get the light shining through it, it's not, I don't think it's kind of like a swirly, smoky black on the dark red vinyl. Absolutely love the colour of this. Dum Dum Girls were a brilliant band. They released 3 albums, which I am going to get all of them on vinyl. Absolutely superb. They're one of my favourite bands from the early part of this decade. Definitely. Absolutely love them. There we go, Dum Dum Girls. There's a pack as well. Same seller. One of my favourite songs of sort of the 2000s. Is that what you're going to call this? I'm not calling them naughties, it's just a stupid name. Was this one. Right, well, the album is this one. This is Party Traumatic by Black Kids. And one of my favourite songs was I'm Not Gonna Teach Your Boyfriend How to Dance With You. I think it's brilliant. And the whole album is really good. They were hyped to the nth degree back in 2008 when this came out. And I think there was a kind of a backlash even before the record came out, but I love it. Really channels The Cure. Really channels The Cure. And it's got a real 80s sound to it. But there's the inner sleeve. Quite tight, this record. Come on now. Just there we go, there's the label. And you've also got, the lyrics are spread across a load of print, which you can change the colour according to the band number of the cut-out sleeve. And we're currently having, I'll put back in blue. So there we go. Excellent album, absolutely excellent. Loved it. I've loved it for a long time, so I'm really glad to have that on vinyl. And it's such a thick record as well. Excellent. Right, the third of them, and this band has been one of my favourites for at least 10 years. I loved this band when they were around, which is such a shame they split up. They only released 2 albums. So this is the Long Blondes, and this is their second album from, now when was this? I think this is 2008 as well. Very, very small. Need my more magnifying glasses. Second and final album. I love this. I have this on CD. Absolutely fantastic album. Really good lyrically. Just absolutely sort of, they're kind of like British indie. They're typical British indie. There we go. They've got a zebra on the label. But really good. They kind of, I think their first album was kind of more typically indie. This opens up a bit musically. There's quite a little bit of dance, kind of a dance-ish element to it. They kind of open to it. It's more of a disco element actually. I really like that. Ronnie Corbett makes an appearance. There we go. And this is called Couples, by the way. Not sure about the relevance of the zebras, but anyway. Absolutely love that. Just some of the great singles that were never heard. See, fabulous stuff. Long Blondes, Couples. Right, this one I saw on Music Magpie. Real cheapo, sort of selling CDs and stuff off cheap. For the grand price of £2.19, I thought I had to get this because I got this on CD. Covers, I don't know what's up the cover, but anyway, this is Holy Ghost Revival, and this is Twilight Exit. I don't know anything about them, but I have this on CD. I bought it from a charity shop just on a whim. I saw it for £1 and I thought, oh, that was quite interesting. I wonder what it is. It's kind of, now I'm trying to find how to say this. It's kind of like Sparks, but not so humorous. It's kind of like, it's got an early sort of almost glam, but it's kind of that Sparks kind of glam. I'm not saying they're as good anywhere near as good as Sparks though. Really not. And Sparks had a kind of real sense of like humour about their music. This lot don't have any, I don't think. It's kind of there, maybe a bit, not really Queen, but it's kind of that. It's got a glammy sound to it. But I really enjoyed listening to this on CD, and when I saw it for £2, I thought, right, okay, I'll have that. I think the reason it's so cheap is because it's a 12-inch cover. I mean, it's not an album cover, and it's really tiny here. So it's a pretty flimsy cover. Maybe, I don't know if it's a foreign pressing or from 1965 Records. And another one released in 2008. So at least nearly 10 years ago now. Oh, I won't bother getting it out. But you got fairly plain label. Really, really like this record. Really like it. Top-notch stuff. Right. Another purchase. These are all online purchases. I haven't even unsealed this one, but I know this album because I got it on CD, and I was so happy to get this on vinyl. This is 1990s, and this is their album Kicks. It's their second and final album as far as I'm aware. I don't think they released anything after this. I've got both of their albums on CD. I think the first one's called Cookies. Is that right? Might be, I can't remember. Which I don't think, I can't see that it's been released on vinyl. If it has been then, or if it ever gets reissued, then I'll be purchasing it. But this was a fiver as well. So I was absolutely chuffed to find this. And it's still sealed. I mean, look at that. It must have come from the rough trade shop. It must have been having a sale. 3 for 10 quid. If you could have got this and 2 other records for a tenner, my word, what a deal. This came out, now I can't quite remember when this came out. It was the tail end of the last decade. Definitely. I absolutely love that cover. I just think it's such a gorgeous cover. More British indie. I think they are from north of the border. I think they're Scottish. But just absolutely brilliant. I love this band, and I wish I'd gone to see them. Vondel Park on here was my favourite on the album, but it's a cracking album, really cracking album. Here we go. Right, the next one I've got, bit of pure nostalgia for me. I saw this, and I kept my fingers crossed, and that it wasn't going to go up, and I bid on it, and it didn't go up. I think I got it for about 4 quid, and it's in lovely shape. I don't think it's an original pressing. I have to check that, but this is pure nostalgia for me. So it's Changes One Bowie, absolutely gorgeous copy. I played it. There's a bit of crackle on Space Oddity, but otherwise it's flawless. It's an early copy. There's no barcode on it. Lovely orange RCA label. Yeah, I mean this. It didn't turn me on to Bowie. I'd already heard stuff and liked it, but I spent so much time playing this. I remember getting this out of the record library in Palmer's Green and taping it, and absolutely playing it to death over and over again. These songs are just burned onto my brain. I mean, that is just a flawless 10 out of 10 every track listing. I mean, you can't, even John I'm Only Dancing, I just think it's an absolutely brilliant song. All the way through, absolutely brilliant. And there's the man, and what a genius he was. Thank goodness he left so much good music. There we go. Changes Bowie. Love it. Right, and then to round off, this is a record I've been after for about a year probably. I've been looking for a decent copy of it. Now this isn't an early pressing, I think it's a late 70s, early 80s pressing. I'm not bothered though. I got it for a decent price. It's a lovely copy. And I was blown away when I first heard this. I only heard it about a year ago, and it's Bob Dylan's first album. Absolutely blown away by this. I mean, he was 20, maybe 19, 20 when he recorded it. I think he just turned 20. And I know he didn't write most of the songs, but the performances on here, absolutely brilliant. I absolutely loved it. Things like, In My Time, this version of In My Time of Dying of Love, Highway 51, Does Hearts of the Rising Sun on here, See That My Grave Is Kept Clean. I just think it's phenomenal. I mean, it really shows up people like, I don't know, Jake Bugg and all those kind of new Dylanists, I guess. Just shows up the paucity, really. This is just incredible. And to think, I mean, he started at such a high level, And then he went even further. I mean, so just a brilliant record. I absolutely love this. I know John Downing was talking, had a brilliant Dylan video where he went through his records, which one he was keeping, and I think he was going to get rid of this. I would never get rid of this. I think it's brilliant. Absolutely love it. It's got typical, you can see it, it's typical mid, one of those 80s, 70s, 80s CBS labels. Just brilliant record. So glad I got a copy on vinyl. There we go. Bob Dylan. There we go. Right. So that was my trawl through records that I got online recently. Take my glasses off. Normal service will be resumed, where I go through, delving through absolute tat again, bringing you my favourite pieces of tat. But anyway, I've thoroughly enjoyed listening to these records. I have to listen to the 1990s on vinyl. I haven't got around to listening. I haven't even opened it yet. It's just like sealed copy. It's just like, oh yeah. Anyway, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. And I hope to see, well, I will see you all soon, because I've rearranged this. Well, these ones I've done, I think. Not all of them. Oh yeah, I have. So this is the Wodge that I've got to show, which is quite a nice little Wodge. So I better get making videos. Right. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Cheers, VC. Bye.